What a martyr.
Brilliant stuff coming through. Well, that's, well, actually, not so brilliant. Very Nessie and Tiamba making interesting decisions there. Reject playing on a 3. They lose one more as well, so they are now back down to the 2 that got picked back up. Loops scrapping with Team Secret, by the way. This is over towards Jadina City on the outskirts here. They've yet to cross the water.
It's taken a while. It's taken a while. Team Secret and Loops are struggling. Falcons finally make their way down. I don't mind position over on the northeast side as well. Just cut off the western position in terms of those sidelines, but also just going to send it over towards OG. OG is looking to face off against them. With that circle, I think at this point in time, you more than likely head down towards the beachhead, try and wrap around, play something in there. GNG, though, has a fantastic spot, and Wolves can take advantage of this position as well. They cross the road, pick up that compound. I think that's a smart decision to go for. Let's keep those lessons from yesterday. When it looks free, it's probably free.
Team Secret spending a lot of time out here, picking through the box, and I hope he's not got his UI covered up, because there is still a Loops player in the wings with 1 first aid, and he is going to have to step out now. We'll hear these footsteps waiting across, and immediately he's going to take you down. You can't get the res here. There's no way that Team Secret make it out of this one. How many more points can Loops claim as he finds another? Looks to try and take down the rest of Team Secret. Zerus will put him down, but they stayed there too long. They weren't aware of their surroundings. Meanwhile, Tiamba, they've moved up, so have Reject over towards the Wolves.
I mean, Tiamba was able to get in. They took a knock and a flush at the start there. QCZ makes a fair bit of damage. Wolves look to move in, get some more damage done for themselves. An immediate flush over towards the left-hand side. And this should be easy pickings for Wolves. I say that as QCZ starts to go a little bit crazy.
Oh, it's getting a bit wild here. Still, not much HP to play with. Not much ammo left either. He is going to get taken down by Doran, but the damage is done to the Wolves. Oh, this is going to be nasty. This is going to be tricky here, Blank, for the Wolves now. More damage done to them than they would have liked. They're on 2 players remaining.
Okay, D+ since yesterday with Chips taking down 2 of the players from OG. They thought themselves, well, we can do it again here. Already 2 players down for OG. 1 player left alive in AKOP, and it's a lovely nade. Pin around the side of the vehicle, pops the vehicle, and pops OG.
What you want. Well, not what you want to see if you're an OG fan, but for D+ fans, they'll be happy with it. 4 players alive. They're playing on the north side, though, and they are a little bit squeaked out on that edge. Too easy of an approach to the rest of the circle. So we have one back with APG in a similar location as well, though. GS scrapping with them on the hilltops, and Esso able to find Zio, get the flush, but just about able to find it before the flush. And Esso able to find Zio, get the flush, but just about able to find it before the flush. The re-knock comes through. D3S from the high ground now finds a second player on APG, and another goes down as well. APG really suffering now on the north flank.
APG's been throwing about scenes quite a bit. Yeah, I think they've tried to carve themselves out a little bit of room, but here on Rondo it's quite difficult to carve out areas of the map just because there's constant recalling happening. And that's the difficulty, right? Is that as much effort you put in, you're always going to be fighting even towards those later zones. This is why having compounds, having strong positional map is so important, because it's less about, you know, playing for position. It's more about getting a breather in these games, you know, taking a moment to be like, right, we don't want to fight for 5 minutes, so let's just conserve ammo, conserve utility, conserve players.
The game now with no recalls left available. Krypton, Alter Ego, they're playing as 3. Peppered, Genji hoping that the circle goes to the middle. Alter Ego have to back it off. Krypton stayed a little bit, well, actually, probably moved just about in time. A hard south shift gives Reject maybe an outside chance here, but you imagine the Wolves are going to be pushing across. You think that teams on the east side, maybe GS, transition down to crash onto this area and see what they can find. These buildings, pretty hot real estate right now.
Apollo finding Zerus, so taking them down. Reject now with 2 points on the game. Not amazing, but they're getting something done here. For GNG, if they win this game, it will be the back-to-back, the technical back-to-back from yesterday, finishing out last. Miramar with a win, and starting today on Rondo with a win. yesterday.
A lot of big Elim games. Talk takes a nade, bounces off the back tire and up to the side window there. Blasts him through with a shrapnel. And there's the flush coming through as well. Goat on 5 Elims. DS now looking to move into the last player of Falcons. Koa can't stand up to it. Plus keep themselves as 4. They're not in this zone, and they get lined up towards a lot of damage being sent out their way as top readjusts as well to APG. He's just in this Nexa.
It's much better from D+. I think that they threw themselves into the deep end a little bit yesterday. Just started taking fights. I know some of those fights honestly weren't going very well, but I'm glad they were just like, we sort of need to get into the mentality that we're big dogs, all right? Because at the moment they were playing so weak, they were playing so scared, and now they're just ramping a lot. And yes, some of these fights are messy, but there's definitely more confidence here when it comes to taking those engagements. And I think that whatever's happened behind the scenes there, whether that's a call made by a coach or a call made by one of the players in the team, we just need to start giving our all here and just start taking fights. It's been the right call, because I think all those players are really good in their own rights. We've seen them play at high levels in the past when it comes to fragging power. I think here it's a case of, you know, shaking off the years like dust as you come into the big international.
Absolutely necessary for defending champion team, at least D+ to put the best foot forwards. Hopefully try and change that around. Teams are starting now to move in towards these buildings. You can see Wolves still holding out on the east side of that compound. The Goat is the team that's looking to try and breach on towards it. They're not having the best of time though. D+ with Alter Ego at the back. Hosel has a nade gobbling down towards him, but he doesn't quite spot it. Another nade over the top, finds Snape, and there is a little bit of an answer. The cover flare nearly lands on Alva's head, so he does need to be careful of being tumbled down. Roll in the D4s, Blank. Hopefully they're going to be more 4 than 1 as they just nearly take Alva down with them. Goodness me.
Dude, if I'm Alpha, I am terrified. I think he was even considering holding the angle or not. He backed up, but there's some great nades. Pop Snape once again. Another one over the top there, getting very close. Decent air burst. I think they will just leave their 4th player to go down there, but the blue starts to push in, and D+ kind of do have Alter Ego's number here. Waiting for a big nade towards the back, and there it is, leaving now D+ with just the 1 player. That nade has to be efficient. It's all down to Nobu.
Needs to get these reses. It's not going to be easy. There's off angles to deal with as well. APG actually taking shots. Top's going to have to move, but he's busy. He's taken down the South Koreans in the meantime. They are confirmed. Oh, another nade. Oh, that's nasty. It's going to do so much damage. I think Nobu, yeah, he's just going to give up the ghost because the vehicle's going up in smoke now as Krypton just keeps on layering down these nades. Papa Supermassive not getting stuck into Alter Ego just yet, but they'll crest the ridgeline. They know it's just Nobu left standing. They break one down low. He'll go for the challenge, force them up high. They're playing off one another. Cop still in action and will be able to help suppress the angle, but it will be Alter Ego to get all of those Elim points tucked away. It's going to be D+ down. 8 Elims found. A lot of heavy Elim teams are already out of this one, Blank. Maybe we'll see one of our lower Rondo Elim chicken dinners here.
I ain't gonna lie, I think the most dangerous thing there for D+ was not Alter Ego, but instead the vehicles around them, which they did not respect and just let explode in their faces. In the meantime, though, it is Alter Ego to try and send away, but some great shots there coming through from Gen G, who are, like we say, looking to put the back-to-back on the cards. GS move into Reject's position off of the distance there. Just in between, playing Piggy in the middle between Apollo as well as Sarah. But what a fantastic moment from Divine earlier to get this far into the game for the rest of the squad.
Certainly is. Checks, I mean, they're very happy to be able to survive this one out as long as they can. Sit in those buildings, see if they can defend it. Gen G, likely going to have to cross the road. Doran, keeping things going. Moment, I mean, Gen G, a big win for them here. Would speed them up probably towards the top 3, Blank, which would be a real nice find for them. Starting on 40 points, getting a 20-point chicken dinner total. That's very, very doable. And they're the only full 14. I'm thinking that we might see Gen G up in that top 3 spot. We'll have to wait though. There's plenty of teams will try and extract a toll on them as they make their approach. They're flanking out wide. They put that 2-2 out, but they're going to have to regroup it.
Yeah, the only thing that concerned me yesterday from Genji's win is like watching those final moments of the UMP shots. I felt like the sprays were a little bit concerning in terms of capability versus some other squads. So it's just that firepower that concerns me for Genji. I will say in terms of rotations, like they've looked pretty good so far. I just will say that their firepower somewhat lacks versus some of these other teams. In this particular circle, though, I don't think there's really anyone else that challenges them out massively. I do think that they play their cards right. You know, it doesn't matter the gun skill at all. As long as they set up the angles, they refrag one another, should be a Genji win.
Ooh, that shift, though, does make that a little bit harder. That Genji win, maybe a little bit further out. But as you said, the numbers, I mean, it's just such a big advantage to be playing with all of this leeway. Sara, though, it feels like he's got Claws on lockdown at this point. I think Claws knows about it. So I don't think he'll come this way, not just yet. He'll know that Claws is peeking up, and that's a brilliant pick up for Claws. What a shot. Excellent reactions coming through for Genji. And he steps into the garage, he's tucked away the vehicle. This should pretty much confirm it.
They proved me wrong, I guess. But I'm okay to see it. I'm all okay with him proving wrong. Good to see the improvement there from Genji. Apollo on his lonesome upstairs, and feels like divine sacrifice was all for naught. Apollo looking for the heal, and now up against 4 players. Like I said, the refrag is there. It's easy peasy. Reject go down in 6th place. I don't think Sara should have peaked that. I don't think it was necessary to peak that. They really did just leave Apollo, high and dry, and now Genji has the high ground position in the center of the circle. So there's some, and I would say it's probably quite categorically bad maneuvers happening from Reject during this tournament.
Yeah, well, I mean, there must be a reason they're in 15th place right now, right? It's not been a great run for them, which is a bit disappointing, but someone's got to be 15th, someone's got to be 16th. Trombi, the last stand of Lapra Supermassive, they go down in 5th place. With their 8 elims, though, they'll make quite a decent impact on this game. But Blank, a lot of teams have had in that 5 to 9 elim boundary, which is quite interesting. It would be one of the more spread out Rondo points earning systems that we've seen, I think, since its release into the PUBG Mobile ecosystem.
Yeah, it's been a really slow game, and I think that's mainly because there's just so much fighting all around the map, which led to one team getting 5 and 6 points, then they would get taken out, and another team would get those 5 and 6 points, then they would get taken out. In the meantime, no, here's Genji. Dammy finds Snape to start things off, but it's Doran to find Satan. Claws immediately goes for the smoke, but Doran will finish him off. So that's 12 elims right now for Genji. The Wolves aren't giving up too easily.
Genji's got that cross, Claws with the nade, looked pretty good. Doran on the back. In the smokes here. Nice little cover off. You can see that he's protecting against things leaking across the fire. Going a little bit further out. Dammy, though, has that high ground plateau and may be able to see something just about over the top. GS with their last player as well, hiding in a corner, very, very central. Could last out quite a while. Eagle with a nade. Actually able to find one of Genji as Doran looks to get across as well. The regroup is there. Quick isn't going to be able to get through, and the flush is there. So now a 2 versus 3 with D3S as the outside wild card.
For Genji, let's be quite honest here. A 3-man split at this point in the game is diabolically bad. I don't know why we're going with a 3-man split here. Yes, you want to cover all the buildings, but you're almost certain that this is just straggler teams. And already they showed us that they can play a 4-man refrag position over towards Apollo and Sara, and they just need to clear out this building. So this is just like, I'm not sure what the plan was, but it's opened things up for Wolves. Both those eliminations, they don't happen for Wolves unless Genji opens the door for them. And Genji left that thing completely unlocked and ajar. So if Wolves was able to win this game, it's completely on Gen G.
I think GS win this game. Just saying.
Okay.
I feel like these two teams are going to scrap it out. They're going to forget that there's another player. Or not forget, but be more preoccupied. And I think D3S has this. For no other reason than for the vibes. I think it's entirely unlikely, but I did like saying it. And the zone's closing. Fairly central. It's on top of Wolves. That gives them the advantage.
Yeah, well, I mean, GS is just hiding out right now.
He's camping.
Yeah, I guess so. You could say that. I mean, GS has struggled a little bit, but, you know, you try and get some points where you can, don't you, really? But it's not going to get them top 3. It ain't going to get you top 3. It might not even keep you at bottom 5.
Well, any point's a good point. At any stage, you take the points you can get. Let's see what he can go for. I don't think Quick is aware of the player on the ground floor. I mean, maybe he is. He's playing on the corner that sort of counters it. But D3S has not made a move in a long while. The blue zone will force it as the flares start to drop thick and fast down the main road. That's going to make it a little bit more navigable in these close-range fights. These smokes are starting to dry out, but Quick has managed to get across here, Blank. The question is, how safe is it? They have regrouped fully on it. They've let D3S actually stay alive, alone in that corner.
And he's the fabled Wolves walls coming through with the emergency cover. The Wolves Doritos, Dora in the Dorito thrower. As he goes, attempts to go upwards. Nice damage there from Gen G on Dammy, but he goes, actually just going to push it. Okay, that's very aggressive.
Oh, but he finds the first. No, sorry, hang on a minute. We're on with Dammy. Yeah, he's immediately lining that up. D3S is chiming in, though, now. If he can find one of Gen G, it's a 1v1v1. Nade in hand, maybe closer to the middle. No, needs to step a little bit further forwards. Doran is low.
Oh, you're evil.
Can't peek out because Dez is there. And he's cooking the nade. Quick push back, and he launches it forwards. Dammy goes low, and now it's a 1 versus 2. Dez now with a chance for GS. Will he be able to find it? Gen G desperately wanted to close it down, but the healing needs to come through from Dammy. He drops a Molotov. Oh, that's a huge Molotov. Forces them to play all on the outside, but they just about keep it under control. I thought I was going to be right. I thought I was going to be there. But Gen G get a big chicken dinner that will catapult them up the tables. They're looking for the top 3 on the end of that match, and the technical back-to-back is true.
Again, slightly, there's some things about this team that are concerning for me, though. And I think that is my main issue right now, is I have concerns. And again, I do like this team. I like what they're trying to achieve. I think for a team that feels more like an underdog right now, they're doing very, very well. But there are just some moments where I'm like, that feels very wrong. And I think in a full 4v4 there, Gen G does not get away with that type of behavior. But yeah, I think for Gen G, it must be very pleasing. And that buffer, though, might be enough if they can continue to improve their performance, get them into the top 3 and keep it up. Again, a few of these players have been around for a very, very long time. I think Dammy, for him, this is a dream come true on the big stage.
Absolutely. It's brilliant that they're able to take things forwards, keep things going. Under the Gen G banner, I'll be very happy to be able to pose for a second photo. You see, they've practiced at it now, and they are going to be able to take that one. Get back to business. Let's get back to business with the Desto and see what they had to say.
And Gen G win the last match of the day yesterday and the first match today. And they did it in style, Max, man. This Wolves push, though, I don't know what these guys were thinking here at the end.
Hugo went a bit too crazy mode there, okay? He went sicko mode, and unfortunately, didn't quite work out for him. I'm not sure what the decision, what the reasoning behind that decision actually was, but you know what? He gave it a fair shot, and it didn't quite work out. They lost a lot of players for very unnecessary reasons this match, but you know what? Gen G, a very slow game here, Niptura, very steady. They had a 2-2 split, fully regrouped on the northern side, then go back into this compound. Do you split a little bit too much? I fully agree with John and Blank what they were saying this game. They definitely did kind of split their forces at some point that did risk that win, but you know what, Gen G? It's a back-to-back win. This is the year of Mina for PMGC.
Yeah, and with as many elims as they got, I don't think they really care that much, right? Dami with 1,000 damage, and what is that? Hang on, quick math here. 11 eliminations off the top of that win as well, so a big point game for them.
Huge game for Gen G. And honestly, this is one of the teams that we highlighted at the top of the show because, you know, they won the last match of Miramar yesterday, and we were like, okay, which teams in that mid-pack do we think could really push into that top 3, right? I was like, Gen G looked good there towards the end, and then bam, they come out swinging in this rondo. What was that? Yeah, 11 eliminations? No, yeah, that's way more. Yeah, we got a whole bunch here. Yeah, you got Dami here with 5.
Analyst math. Analyst math.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what's going on here? No, these guys went crazy here in this one. And another team that went crazy off the rip, we heard an interview with Seven, was the Falcons, right? I mean, look at this crazy hot drop here, Max.
I don't know what to say about this. This was bad and good for Falcons. It's like they got 7 eliminations and a hot drop, so definitely can't fault them for trying to get as many eliminations as they possibly could in the early stages, but in a circle, not getting anything. And actually, Niptura, we were having a back and forth about this. They sent every single player into Neox, and they didn't have a recall backup, meaning that if they lose that fight, they're fully eliminated. And here, 0 points. They were donezo from the get-go.
I hate that so much because Inner Circle are an elim-heavy team. They thrive off of getting those eliminations, and to just go full send all 4 into a hot drop when you have that recall ability on a map that is going to give you the most possibility of eliminations of any of the maps is an insane idea to me. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm going to be kind of harsh here. I have no idea what they were thinking.
Oh, this recall, though, that was so much from Divine. There's no way down to the last second he gets it and revives his teammates and actually get pretty far. Right, Apollo and Sara get really deep into this match, get a few extra placing points, maybe eliminations too, I believe. So that was literally the best recall so far of 2025 Hot Jukes. That was such a good and intense play. Chamba almost able to punish it, but it was not quite meant to be, and he does pull it off at the end.
Dude, 100%. I was so hyped when I saw it. He threw the smoke down. I was like, just go for it. Why not, right? If you're able to get 3 players up rather than attempting that 1v3, that is the ticket right there. And honestly, that could be the play, right? That literally makes this team survive, guys. Because I guarantee you, like, if Team Reject doesn't pick things up, they're going to be right there, you know, just trying to get past that bottom 5. And especially when you got teams putting up as many points here in this game. Look how top-heavy these points are, Niptura.
Yeah, I mean, it's so top-heavy that even rejects who are in the top 5 aren't on that first page of match rankings. That is insane, right? There's just so many points being grabbed here by so many teams across the map coming in here, and 25 points for Gen G is crazy. I mean, with how close those leaderboards are, I need to see the overall rankings, like, now.
Like yesterday, show it to me. 90 Globin only going to get 3 points this match. So again, they keep on slipping after their 2 first good games of yesterday. We haven't seen too much presence from these guys here. Looking at Dami, the MVP of this match. 5 eliminations popping off. But actually, we're talking about Dami, of course, doing a lot in their transition back into the compound to claim that position to make sure they secure this win. Claws, Niptura. Kar98, I know you were getting hyper about that one. That man with the long-range sniper was popping off.
He really was, and Gen G in general are popping off. Second place they jump into. Second place! I mean, it's only 3 points ahead of Inner Circle, right? So if Inner Circle hadn't gone out so early, we probably would see it kind of flipped. IC would probably still be on second place. But Gen G coming off the back of a big Rondo, and that's just the importance of Rondo, right? Yeah. It's like you can go from 10th place to second just like that.
I mean, actually, John is telling us, if you include the 2 last chicken dinners, because this is a back-to-back win, right? We just got from Gen G.
That's right.
Before the last Miramar yesterday, they were in 11th position. 2 back-to-back wins, they're up in second place. Maybe trying to play catch-up with APG and able to overtake Inner Circle. Thank you very much, Mr. John, here with the numbers. But what a performance here. But now the question is, right? Gen G, after a performance like that, Hot Jukes, Can they hold down the fort? Can they remain in top 3 for the entirety of Group Green?
I mean, we had the question for Inner Circle, right? They couldn't do it in one game. That's how crazy it is, right? I was like, oh, they got a little point sponge. As long as they do okay, they should hold on at least for a little while. But just like that, boom, Gen G overtakes them. And so that jump, you know, that we were talking about from 11th to 2nd place, it's still possible. There's plenty of games left to go, so a lot of different squads can accomplish that, right? But getting back-to-back chicken dinners in a lobby like this is going to be pretty tough, Max Man.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, of course. I mean, the lobby has leveled up significantly. I can already see in the first game here, Niptura. Teams are maybe a little bit more sweaty. Just saying. It's like, whoa, we're seeing some rotations that are looking pretty good for some teams. Some teams holding off, desk camping a little bit. We can say it. We can say the C word. You know, the camping a little bit at the end of this game. He's able to get himself some extra placement points, snatch away a 2nd place. Always really happy to see that come through. I was really happy in particular with GS, right? Trying to hold off Reject on that wide rotation of Jadina. They knew that was going to be potentially a weakness of theirs, and they just set up the bridge camp in Jadina City itself. I respect